مرحبا يا شباب. All right, so this should be a pretty quick video where I do want you to take notes. So you'll need your letters notebook and something to write with, ideally a pencil. And the pencil icon is on the slides where I want you to write either some of or all of it down, and I'll try to specify what you need to write down as well. So this should be the title of your notes today: vowel sound combos, as in vowel sound combinations. The fancy word in the world of languages and linguistics for this is called a diphthong. Students always have fun with that word. But what a diphthong means is a combination of more than one vowel sound. So that's why this assignment is called vowel sound combos. So write that down as your title, and then you want to also define in your notes. So write this down. Okay. Diphthong is a combination of more than one vowel sound. Okay, so what that means is when you have these it's two vowels. When they're next to each other, they make a sort of different sound when they're combined than they do when they're separate. All right, so write down, once you've written down the title, write down this. You can pause the video if you need more time to write it down. And then you also might want to write down in your notes this English example. Okay, so an example of a diphthong in English, we have them in English too, is like the O and U together in shout, right? O and U separately make their own sounds, right? But then if you combine them, like in the word shout, they make the sound ow in shout, right? Okay, and then one thing I like to say before I start this lesson is that this is logical, okay? So if you sound out the sound, you'll see that fatha is involved and then one of the long vowels that we've learned. If you sound out the sound of fatha and then the sound of the vowel after, it sounds like what I'm going to teach you in the notes is the sound of the diphthong, of the sound of the combination of vowels, okay? So just try to remember that you can always sound this out. If you don't memorize the diphthongs, you can always figure it out. I just want to teach it to you so that you hopefully don't get confused by it if you hear it in a word or in a dictation, for example. So let's start by just looking at some words بالعربي. So I want you to pause the video. Oh, my non-pencil is blocked a little bit, but there's supposed to be a crossed out pencil there because you don't need to write this down. Okay, I just want you to take a minute to pause the video and sound out these 4 words as best as you can. Okay, so pause now. All right, so hopefully you paused and you read the words out loud as best as you could, and now let's go over what they sound like. So this first one, it starts with the letter wow, right? Remember when we have a wow at the beginning of the word, it makes a w sound. And then we have a fatha, so that's w, w. And then we have a ya, which makes e sound, right? And then a noon, n. So w, e, way, n, wane. Okay, so the whole word together is wane, and that fatha plus a ya, hear how it's combining, right? Fatha by itself sounds like and ya by itself sounds like e, but when you say them together, they make a diphthong a. Okay, so that a sound in wane, and remember, wane is one of our new vocab words, min wane enta, min wane enti. Okay, all right, this next one, b, plus a fatha again, and then a ya. So we know we're going to get that same a sound. So b, ate, bait. Okay, bait. بعدين we have a meme here, plus a fatha, and this time it's a wow next. So fatha sounds like wow sounds like oo, right? So ew sounds like ow. Okay, so mout. Mout is this word, okay? So that's the other diphthong that we're going to take notes on in a second. Fatha plus wow sounds like ow, okay? Mout. And then last but not least, this one starts with the sound of a fatha, right? So we have a fatha sound, and then just a wow, ow. Okay, so that's just the sound of the diphthong, oo, ow. And this was a word in Arabic, it means or, okay? Ow. All right, Mumtaz. So you should write this down. Arabic has 2 diphthongs. That's it. There's just 2, and we just talked about the 2. So let's just write down in our notes so that we can refer to this. And again, you can't see my pencil here, but this slide I do want you to write down. Okay, so write down Arabic has 2 diphthongs, and then when you're ready, we're gonna drag this down so you can see the first thing else I want you to write down. So here's the first one, right? You're gonna do just 2 bullet points on your notes page. Okay, a fatha, right? Remember, I make this line for the fatha to sit on just when I'm saying that it's a fatha by itself floating, okay? Plus a ya, right? And it has to be the fatha first in the word and then the ya. Not at the beginning of the word necessarily, but before the ya. Okay, so fatha plus ya, plus a sounds kind of like the a in hooray. Okay, so write down a as in hooray. Okay, and remember fatha and then ya. So write this down in your notes just like this. Fatha plus ya equals a as in hooray. And then I have a couple of Arabic word examples here to show you. So you can pause the video again and try to sound them out. That would be great. All right, so hopefully you sounded them out. So this is a ha in its beginning form, right? So ha, and then a fatha, and then a yam. So we're going to get that a sound. Hail. That's a lam at the end. So hail, hail. Okay, and then this one we actually already did on the last slide. So in, wane. Okay. All right, Mumtaz. So pause if you need, because I'm going to move on. So if you need more time to write, you can pause it. All right, tamam. And then below that, your second bullet point is here. So the second diphthong that exists in Arabic is a fatha plus a waw. And again, it has to be in that order, the fatha before the waw, right? Because fatha sounds like and waw sounds like oo. So when you say that quickly together, ew, sounds like ow. Okay, it can be ow or ow. Okay, it's kind of an accent thing. And in some Arabic dialects, this will end up sounding a little more like o. Okay, but think of it for now as ow, ow. Okay, as in chow. If there's a different word you like better than chow that has that ow sound in it, you can write that in English instead. Okay, tamam. And 2 examples, so try your best to sound them out. Right, so this is a noon at the beginning, right? So n, ne, naum. Okay, naum. And then this other one, low. Okay, so naum and low. All right, خلاص. Okay, so you're done writing. Your next steps, make sure your notes are fully complete. Rewind the video if you missed anything and you need more time to write something down. And then in the Google Classroom assignment, you'll see a Google form where you're going to do a little bit of reading practice and a little bit of listening practice with diphthongs. Shukran.